enjoyed. It feels so good to be back recording these moments and to find myself crying with laughter at the things me and my friends are saying. It's really, man, it feels just like the old days.
Fuck all the children in hospital. We just hit 1 million subscribers.
Hey, hooked up with Fitz, my 2 gay dads.
I miss the haters.
Fitz, you pretty much kicked off the new age.
For my mistakes, obviously I did, at the end of the day, dog the boys.
Fitz would conceive of the channel we all know today all the way back in 2014. Despite this not being his first channel, with him having a tech channel prior to the creation of this one,
I also made old channels. My first channel was like a terrible tutorial channel when people had to download like fonts and stuff like that.
this would be the beginning of Fitz as we know him today. Although his first video wouldn't be published till a couple months later, this video would end up being unlike the content we have come to know today, with it being a freestyle rap in a game called DayZ.
My name is Fitz. I've been freestyling since '96. Listen in.
Despite how different this is to what we know now, it couldn't make more sense when thinking about Fitz, with improv being a major motif in his content and a freestyle rap perfectly representing the style of on-the-spot line, with freestyling even later becoming a main staple of the Fitz channel.
I don't need no fucking beat. I've been on the fucking street since I was just a young kid.
His video production would remain consistently Let's Play focused.
Oh shit, look. Oh no. Oh no. I survived what? I survived 1 day, joking. I didn't even get to the end of day 2.
Or focused on a quick centralized topic, from anywhere from 3 to 30 minutes. These videos, despite how old, showed obvious potential, which led to no surprises when Fitz would later be hired for ESL.
I worked for ESL before I even blew up on YouTube.
Of course, when expressing the Fitz archives, there's 2 distinct videos that must be addressed. One of which, of course, being his video on CSGO, a game that would be interlocked with his name. This original CSGO video was nothing like his new ones, with it clearly bleeding through the style of Let's Players that he was going for, with him sounding like Jacksepticeye with a Xanax addiction.
What's up guys, my name's Fitz and welcome to CSGO Matchmaking Episode 1.
But obviously, this video pales in importance when put up against another vid, sure.
No thanks. You looking for some gay sex? We threw her around the family. Fitz have a 6-pack on his dick, cause that ass ain't quiet.
TobyonTheTele, formerly known as John on the Radio, became friends with Fitz all the way back before Fitz's channel even started.
Toby next, because, I mean, well, I guess it's a more basic story, but we've known each other since high school.
Yeah.
They were in high school and quickly became friends due to a mutual love of improv comedy.
Yeah, so so you were probably, I think you were like 14 and maybe I was 15.
Yeah.
And, you know, we sort of hit it off eventually through improv again, because I think we were both sort of super into just being silly on the spot, making shit up. So we started like doing lots of like improvised comedy together at school, and that was kind of how we bonded. And then when I eventually started my channel, you were there from pretty much day one.
Although we wouldn't see them collaborate together until Battlefield Hardline.
Christopher Walken! Krista! Wake up, Chris!
Battlefield Hardline shouldn't be known exclusively as a shit game. It should also be known as the birthplace of one of the internet's best duos in history. Obviously talking about TobyonTheTele and Fitz. Toby would truly bring out a new side of Fitz before the name John on the Radio was even a thought. With this video seeing Fitz way more charismatic and frankly happy, showing what would soon become a consistent style of Fitz, working better with a group rather than him on his own, truly demonstrating his love for bouncing off of one another, along with general improv. He would continue to make some more duo content, but stayed more consistent on his solo stuff, making some more Let's Play series and continuing series like Dramatic Speeches.
So help me God, my friend, I believe that this world will change.
Along with these dramatic speeches and other videos, it's notable to say that he did release his first freestyle rapping in CSGO video. But of course, all of that pales in comparison to Of course, these funny moments were not exactly how we would picture them today. Fitz having a much more professional intro strained heavily from the Wii sounds which now play when he speaks. With the name of the series reflecting Soviet Womble's own series of funny moments heavily, it would mark the start of what Fitz would truly become popular for. With his funny moments also came a number of skits, shit like How to Smoke, When I Actually Play the Game, and It's a Hard Life being a few to pick out. One of the most important things would be his meme cast that
the exact same time my channel was blowing up on its own.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually had a video as well around that exact same time get on the front page of Reddit as well. So, God bless the CSGO
That was
subreddit.
the surfing
And,
shoutcast, right?
Yeah, it was me shoutcasting this poor kid on Surf. It was just raging so hard.
Down, take a chill pill here.
Fitz would truly secure a place in the limelight of CSGO YouTube for the first time after the release of his CSGO Surf commentating video.
I shoutcasted this kid on Surf and he was raging and it was hilarious, and then it was really what kind of put me into the sphere that I'm in now. Like, it was that video took off, and then every single video I posted after that was always on recommended. I was always getting good views on my videos without the help of Reddit.
Which, despite him already growing pretty quickly, this video, the best surfer in the world, would not only have him later get told that he was indebted to the guy it was about.
Like, a couple months later, when I'm at 100k plus subs, he's DMing me and he's like, dude, you owe me your success, man. Like, you owe me everything you have. Like, it's kind of fucked that you just capitalized on me. I'm like, dude, that wasn't entertaining because of anything that you did.
But also would land itself on the front page of Reddit. This attention wouldn't only keep him making these types of videos, it would also allow Fitz to meet tons and tons of new people. One of those people being Swagger Souls, who would meet Fitz after being put into a surf lobby with him, immediately hitting it off and making another massive CSGO surf shoutcasting video.
What had happened was this guy, Gumby Gamer, he was on a surf server. He goes, hey, you do a lot of similar shit to this guy Fitz. So he goes, absolutely, yeah, I'll get you into a match with him. And then we got into a match and we just hit it off immediately.
This momentum would only grow, seeing him reach 100,000 about a month later, with his video even being titled 100,000 in 50 days. After this would be the birthplace of some of Fitz's best content, with some of my personal favorites being the BF1 movie and Girl Roasts Me. This was the era the Fitz we know today would truly take form, and no matter what anyone could say, Fitz had some fucking talent, with him practically re-landscaping the CSGO community just as Soviet Womble had been. The best part about Fitz's videos at the time was arguably the group dynamic too, with his videos dueling with John and Swagger being extremely successful and hilarious, and the group would only grow, with some of the most critical characters to Fitz's success meeting or collaborating with him at the time. He would do a collaboration with Kugo, iNotorious, McCreamy, Bordy, and Rack. Along with that, he would do a video called The Worst Team Ever, which would show the Misfits group minus iNotorious meeting for the first time, and also would introduce Zuckles to majority of the group. But soon after, he would make one of the most genre-changing videos ever. On May 20th of 2017, Fitz would release the video his first time playing CSGO, completely changing the game of CSGO YouTube and Funny Moments YouTube alike. I think it's best to let Fitz describe what this now iconic character was about, so...
Ainsley is a character that McCreamy and I invented. McCreamy is an Overwatch YouTuber and a good friend of mine who features in a lot of my videos.
Oh my God.
It's basically the character is a crazy foreign guy who has not got a good grasp on the English language and does not understand any Western cultural norms. And basically, we just play games with Jay's and this character. The whole dynamic with Ainsley is that I'm his teacher. I'm teaching him. I'm trying to show him the ropes, and he's just fucking everything up. I don't know. I think Ainsley is just such an appealing, fresh character that isn't very common for Funny Moments channels.
I'm just thinking he must get tired of that though. Like anytime he talks to somebody, they're probably like, "Hey, do a McCreamy voice," I mean,
nah, it's not really like that. In fact, we barely do it. I'm very careful to not overuse Ainsley nowadays.
Ainsley completely changed the way CSGO videos and Funny Moments videos in general were looked at, having legitimate Filthy Frank style characters to add a completely new brush of paint to the Funny Moments community. Ainsley would be put in countless new Fitz videos, and Fitz would even begin experimenting with PUBG videos, at this time broadening his gaming horizons for his audience. With the continuation of these CSGO videos along with the start of these PUBG videos, it would truly show Fitz's dedication to his fans, with an entire video asking if he should even take sponsors, as well as having YouTubers who were at the time a fraction of his size in his videos. It was clear Fitz, while doing this as a job, wasn't collabing with big YouTubers for clout. He wanted to just have fun whilst making these funny ass videos. Fitz would soon hit 1 million subscribers, an absolutely insane milestone to hit, and a landmark in any YouTuber's career. And man, would his career only get crazier. After Fitz's face reveal, he would remain relatively consistent with his CSGO, Battlegrounds, and Fortnite videos, gaining a lot of traction along with everything about Ainsley. This era of Fitz could be described as his golden age. Some of the most notable people would come to collaborate with him, like Wildcat, Smitty, and Cryos, along with the people who had already been playing with him, staying consistent with that group. He would also make some of his best content during this era. To put it simply, Fitz was on the up and up, and was keeping the momentum, starting a podcast with Zuckles, McCreamy, TobyonTheTele, iNotorious, and Swagger Souls, with its pilot being released in June 15th, 2018, with episode 0. The group would be dubbed Misfits, a name that Zuckles had come up with.
I figured of the name while baked on 3 space cakes in the car ride to Germany, by the way.
And to say they were huge would just be an understatement.
Shut the fuck up! Shut up! Shut up!
That was fucking amazing. Entire stadium chanted.
Misfits would become a hit, with it hitting the top charts on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Over 3 million plays on Spotify alone for this podcast across our 7 episodes. This podcast, if you didn't know, is kind of a big deal now. We're literally one of the biggest podcasts in the world, which is crazy because we're such a terrible podcast.
Misfits would go on to tour, sign a exclusivity deal with Spotify, acquire numerous more sponsors, and, well, party. Like a lot. Oh yeah, that's Keegan fucking Hawk. Misfits was way more than just a side project for Fitz, with him even coming out saying he didn't want to be the main face of the group. It was clear that it was a dedicated cooperative effort, unlike something like Team 10 and, I don't fucking know, the High Pass. They would move into a dedicated house together too, something Fitz would smartly refuse to do, with them ended up changing into separate apartments and acquiring offices instead.
From this point going forward, we have an office space that we'll all commute to. We'll all have our own individual houses to have privacy and time away, and an area to properly make our content and live our lives within our means.
The Misfits were on top with one of the largest stan groups on the planet, along with everything they would release turn into gold, leading to Fitz to create his second channel, aka his...
Can't see where you come from, big boy, you better start to run. Don't fuck with a man like me, son, but to pour up all this red rum.
Okay, downfall is a little bit harsh to say. To go back a little bit, before Misfits would become as big as it is now, in Fitz's video PUBG Secrets, he would shout out a second channel.
I've started a second channel, right?
Funny enough, the upload schedule on this channel would also start off just as rough as his regular upload schedule.
The first video on the second channel, even though I announced it like a week ago, I'm the worst YouTuber ever, I know.
Although with this new second channel, Fitz would hire an editor along with doing sponsored videos, speeding up the process. These videos were basically the same as his other videos with some exceptions.
I have a ton of leftover footage and deleted scenes that didn't make it into my videos,
with Fitz just saying that they are the same but worse. This was the beginning of less uploads on his main, more so than before, with him even admitting it on a podcast.
It's time to get a second, sellout channel. Wait.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
No, don't do that. That was my downfall.
This new channel would eventually evolve into something close to a live channel, posting more so stream highlights. Which, speaking of streaming, we'd begin to stream again during this time to, I'm
gonna have to turn off the donations. I'm not even kidding.
His streams would become huge, even having more viewers than Dr. Disrespect on Twitch.
Dude, what the fuck, guys? Honestly, just what the fuck?
WTF, you have more viewers than DR Disrespect right now.
Really?
That aged well. He would stream on SMP Live, do CSGO content, play in Minecraft Mondays, and even slide into some DMs.
I shoot my shot. I say, hey, listen here. Let's play some Minecraft.
Fitz would have a complete rebirth into a new community and collaborate with some completely new people, with the most notable of which being Pokimane, with their Minecraft streams together being huge, even causing him to have to turn off donations for one stream because he was bombarded with so much money.
This is absolutely fucking nuts. I don't even want to think about what the total is so far. That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Please stop giving this guy money.
Yeah, please. I don't need it, guys. Spend it on yourselves. I'm serious. I really am. Like, I just don't. I'm doing really well right now, you know?
But sadly, that wouldn't stay for long, with Fitz getting into some hot water, which had been surprisingly uncommon for him.
Carson, Fitz, and his girlfriend Kate hooked up with Fitz.
Okay, the Call Me Carson situation might not have aged the best, but still was a huge deal, with it retroactively forcing Fitz to stop uploading, along with Carson having to do the same. Let me just quickly summarize. Call Me Carson was a massive YouTuber at the time who had been blowing up and taking the world by storm. He started a group called Lunch Club with a ton of other friends who you probably know about. This group would become pretty interlocked with Misfits, with them having the same management. Eventually, Carson would go on to accuse Fitz of stealing his girl, with Caterino apparently cheating on Carson with Fitz. While it was confirmed that Caterino and Fitz did end up doing stuff together, it was also later shown to be much different, with Caterino and Carson not even being in a relationship.
Good. You cheated. Who did you cheat on?
I cheated on my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend? So not Carson, right? So you let him on.
No, but I was involved with Carson. Yeah, I did lead Carson on.
Nonetheless, this was a huge real spike for Fitz, with many people who watched him feeling that Fitz had truly dogged the boys and betrayed Carson and his fan base. This sad event truly spearheaded Fitz into taking the year off, and while it caused some good jokes to happen, it also caused so many problems for Fitz. With us now looking at the event a lot differently, of course, it wasn't that inviting for Fitz in terms of a return. But of course there's more. During this time, he would get into another controversy with the Fedmeister situation.
Unfortunately, late one night, I responded to a Reddit thread on our god-awful subreddit that had like 2 upvotes at the time that was speculating that myself and Pokimane had some kind of relationship or something like that, and that it was crossed in with the Fedmeister drama and all this unfortunate nonsense which takes place on the internet. And I left a little comment on it. The thread had no other comments. It was just me alone. I was like, oh, okay, we'll make a little comment just being like, yeah, you're so right. And then, yeah, everyone apparently took that very literally.
And would also be canceled by Minecraft stands for something that's just retarded.
And then people start saying Fitz are trending, and I was like, oh,
yes,
people love me.
Fuck yes.
This is amazing.
Such a good return to streaming.
And then they were like, it's because you're a piece of shit. And I was like, oh. Apparently it's not quite what I thought. And yeah, apparently I just sort of said casually, I think I called myself retarded for forgetting something.
Especially in spite of some of the other content he would make. Despite all this cancellation and halt of streaming and uploading, Fitz would focus his efforts more so on things like the Misfits podcast and his own mental health. And that brings me to something important. Fitz was not unhappy or envious or anything like that. He was burnt out. Like most creators, with him doing the same stuff on YouTube for years, Fitz needed a break.
To tell you the truth, audience, I've been feeling a little sapped of motivation lately. I'm feeling like I miss the heydays.
Yeah.
I miss the days when like I was just so excited when I got new footage and I couldn't wait to like put it together and make a funny moments video, you know what I mean?
Back when you're just like a young sapling first at it.
Young sapling, just branching out into all kinds of things. The PUBG days were a good time for me.
PUBG was good.
Early Fortnite even was good for me. But I mean lately, I don't know, I think it just comes from the fact that I've been doing this for like 3 years now.
It was healthy for him to take a whole year off, and I'm really happy he did, because he did come back in shining colors.
We built this city.
We introduced crack into urban areas and blamed it on the blacks.
Jesus. I mean, true, but Jesus.
I mean, yeah, it's like... Yeah, put a shitload of asterisks next to Return. Fitz would come back in December of 2020 with 2 videos. One video announcing his return, and a second proper video. I'm gonna be real with you. During my Christmas celebration with my family, I was on my phone the entire time waiting for the video. And boy, was it worth it. By far the best Christmas gift that year. Fitz's return cemented that the audience was still there, with him releasing a 20-minute video of pure masterclass fists excellence, showing a variety of games, some with nostalgia and some adding a new paint, which I could imagine was a breath of fresh air, supplying him with a new creative output. Of course, since then, Fitz has done the thing that he loves to do, which is releasing one video on his second channel and then completely stop uploading. But I'm not worried about it. Fitz became famous at a very young age and got marginalized as a CSGO YouTuber. He overall just looks to be, like I said, burnt out, and seems like he's just gonna come back when he's ready. With all of that though, he does appear to be prepping for some kind of content. With Rack also returning, he discussed on his stream the classic group getting back together.
Rack, are you gonna play with Fitz? Yeah, we're actually talking about playing some pretty soon, so look forward to that. Perhaps we'll get a Fitz comeback. I'm going to try to help him get some content for that.
And I hope Fitz does come back. From me being hysterical on my bust while getting home unwinding from a hard day with a video, or just those moments where Fitz helped me like Rack did through a hard time, it's clear to me if he comes back or not. Thank you, Fitz, for in a crowd of 1 million being a true good minority. He'd hate that. On a real note, I know probably most of you who are watching this don't really give a shit, but thank you so unbelievably much for all of the support that came with the Rack doc. I'm sorry I forgot where the upload button is. I'm probably not going to explain what happened, but overall, YouTube is one of the most important things in my life right now, and generally, it has influenced me in a way which is so critical to my now character. It's unbelievable. And to see something that I made be enjoyed by so many people, it really, I don't know what to say, but thank you. So to more in the future.